What's up guys, it's Omir and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will reveal what was said between Jurgen Klopp and Mo Salah when they started arguing and fighting on the touchline as West Ham United scored the equalizer. And interestingly, it was revealed by Michael Antonio, who actually scored the equalizer while Mo Salah was warming up on the touchline, and he had an argument, an altercation with Jurgen Klopp. Of course, it's not Antonio himself that heard what was said, but it was his teammates who actually started talking about this on the training ground. And in this video we will reveal this and many other new information about Liverpool FC and their transfer plans and what will happen with the end of the season parade. So if you enjoyed these videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest updates about Liverpool FC on my channel. So basically, Antonio revealed this is not inside information, but what I've heard from my teammates, they have been talking about this on the training ground. As players come on, Jurgen Klopp usually gives every player that is entering the pitch a big hug, every Liverpool player. But when Mo Salah came on, he walked in a different direction. He gave Jurgen Klopp the cold shoulder, and he did his shin pads and stuff and his socks. And Jurgen Klopp has put his hand out to just say, you know, slap my hand, give me a handshake, and he's there, his hand was there for a bit, and Mo Salah just slapped his hand like angrily, annoyingly. He was annoyed that he didn't start, and Mo Salah was also annoyed that he didn't come on earlier, because that part I understand. Him being annoyed at not starting, I think that is also understandable. He's a world-class player who wants to play every game, but his start wasn't justified. The problem is that his replacement, Harvey Elliott, is just not great in front of goal. He very rarely scores a goal. He gets a few assists, but he's not a natural goal scorer like Salah is usually. So Salah was probably thinking, Klopp left him out against Everton, he left me out against West Ham. What is going on? Why am I not starting when we have this must-win game in the title race? And when time went on, I think Jurgen Klopp should have made these substitutions after the second goal, second Liverpool goal, sorry, around the 65th minute, sorry. So Jurgen Klopp didn't like that Salah didn't really give him a hug or a handshake. You know, you can have your arguments in the comments below. Was Jurgen Klopp was Mo Salah justified in being angry that he only came on at the 80th minute? Jurgen Klopp is an absolute legend, Salah is an absolute legend. I don't want to take sides. I love both of them, but you can understand in the heat of the moment, these things happen sometimes. And Jurgen Klopp, when he was seeing that Mo Salah didn't really give him a proper hug, a proper handshake, Jurgen Klopp asked Mo Salah, do you want to sit back down? That's what the West Ham players told Michael Antonio on the training pitch, basically saying, do you really want to go on, or you can sit back down on the bench? So it was like maybe a small threat made by Jurgen Klopp to Mo Salah, or a genuine question. But Antonio said, nobody has told me what Mo Salah said back. I think Mo Salah, judging by his body language, he was saying, what can I do in the last 10 minutes? Why are you substituting me so late on? And then, as that argument went on, West Ham scored the equalizer, which was an absolute dagger into Liverpool's already very faint title hopes. And I think this was just a momentary, like, bust-up, a small bust-up between a manager and a player. And I don't want this to overshadow the end of the season, which should be a celebration of Jurgen Klopp's brilliant 9 years at Liverpool, and Mo Salah also has an absolutely brilliant 7 years at Liverpool now. And I don't think Salah is finished, I don't think Salah is over. Let's talk about his potential contract extension, because the journalist Alex Crook has said something really interesting about Mo Salah. I think this is massive news that Salah is likely to stay at Liverpool and potentially even sign a new contract. It's not just massive news for Liverpool, but for the Premier League as well. Last year, the transfer window was dominated by the Saudi Arabian Pro League and the signings they were making. It does look as if Liverpool are confident that Mo Salah will stay at Liverpool at least for the final year of his contract. I think ideally Liverpool would like to tie him down to an extension to that 1 year remaining deal rather than let him walk out as a free agent at the end of next season. Even sources in Saudi Arabia are suggesting that they are not as confident as perhaps they once were, that they could prize Salah away this summer. And the journalist thinks that his sources are telling him that Liverpool don't think that with Jurgen Klopp leaving, Salah is going to leave or any of the big stars are going to leave at the end of the season, which is definitely good news. And David Ornstein also revealed that Richard Hughes, the new sporting director, is inheriting quite a big problem at Liverpool. That's one thing I just want to touch on. This is an inherited problem for Richard Hughes, the incoming sporting director, that Liverpool have let the contract situations of Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold get to this point that all three of them have only 1 year left on their contracts. With Michael Edwards above Richard Hughes, they are going to need to get stuck in and try to tie down all three of these players to new contracts as soon as Arne Slot is officially appointed, which could be in a matter of days. Then you move on to sorting out all the rest of the transfer window. David Ornstein said that he would suspect Liverpool want all three of these players to stay. And David Ornstein also said that Mo Salah would be the jewel in the crown of the Saudi Pro League for so many reasons. I've already heard through the game of sponsorship deals that have been lined up and that are being worked on. Whether or not Salah goes to the Saudi Pro League, it would just be the centerpiece and to many the crowning glory, crowning jewel of the Saudi Pro League. But let's put some perspective on this. When Al Ittihad specifically went so aggressively for Mo Salah in the summer of 2023, when they tabled that £100 million bid, that was largely because Al Ittihad was about to compete in the Club World Cup in December of 2023, and they wanted Salah as part of their squad to compete and try to win the competition against the likes of Manchester City and Fluminense, and they wanted to attack that competition with everything they have, and that produced some urgency that isn't there this time around. So David Ornstein is hearing that the Saudi Pro League are not as keen on Salah as they were last summer, which means that they probably won't table another 150 million pound bid. And I mean, I wouldn't sell Salah for something like 40-50 million. I think it's worth more to keep him for one more season. Maybe Liverpool could do something different. Maybe we could tie down Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold to a new contract, and we could wait on Mo Salah and see how he does until January. And if he's still banging in the goals up until December, let's sit down with him in November or December and try him down to a new contract, because from January onwards he can negotiate with foreign clubs as he will become a free agent next summer. Is that a risky strategy? Probably, but it also offers the biggest reward, because Liverpool could have another almost half a season of Mo Salah and they could really monitor how he is getting on in terms of fitness levels, contribution, high pressing stats, you know, goals, assists, expected goals, how many chances he gets, how many chances he creates for his teammates. Of course, another option is that Salah could be sold this summer for, if we get a 150 million pound offer for Salah, I think FSG would sell him, because FSG don't have that money lying around. Like maybe we have 100 million. Yeah, if we want to really truly strengthen the team, sign a centre back, sign a winger. Fabrizio Romano is saying that Liverpool want to sign a centre back. David Ornstein is saying Liverpool want to sign a new winger in the summer transfer window, and we potentially might need a defensive midfielders as well. If we want to sign 3 players who improve the first team and not just the squad but the starting 11, that will cost a lot more than 100 million pounds. If Salah gets a 100 million pound offer I mean, if Liverpool get that kind of offer for Salah, I just have a feeling that FSG might accept it. The problem is we don't know whether that's a good decision or a bad decision, because we don't see into the future. We don't know if Salah has already reached his peak and going downhill, and how fast is he going downhill. At the time when Sadio Mane was sold, many people were upset. Many people questioned Liverpool's decision. But you could see that Sadio Mane has fallen off massively since then. He had 1 year at Bayern Munich where he had injury problems, he wasn't really scoring as much, and he got sold 1 year later to Saudi Arabia. Same with Bobby Firmino, Fabinho, Henderson. These players were all sold at the perfect time, with 1 year left or 1 or 2 years left on their contracts. But whatever, the most important thing is they got sold at the time when they were past their best, going downhill and fast. Salah could be a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Messi, like Benzema, who plays brilliantly until he's 34, 35 years old. Liverpool have to figure out, is he that kind of player, or is he a player who is going downhill at 32 years old? That's the thing, we just don't know that yet. Liverpool, of course, could sign a new contract with Mo Salah on reduced wages, and maybe give him big bonuses, big incentives for goals, assists, appearances. But what is worrying is that Salah's successful take-on success rate was 63% in his first season, then 53%, then 60%. And since the 2019-2020 season, so since the season Liverpool won the Premier League, Salah's successful take-on ratio is going down incrementally. So 43% in the next 2 seasons, in the 21-22 season and 2021 season, and then last season it was 37%. This season it was 34%. So Salah is beating his man less often each season as we progress and move forward in time. But you also have to consider Arne Slot's 4-2-3-1 system requires the right winger to come inside and play sometimes as a second number 10, and it is a role which might suit Mo Salah as he is getting a little bit slower. It should get him closer to the goal, and also increase the likelihood of Mo Salah assisting and scoring as kind of like a second striker behind the striker. There is also the option of converting Mo Salah into a number 9, a role he has appeared in, not a lot of times, but on rare occasions. Jurgen Klopp used Salah as a number 9. This could give him a new spark, but convincing a global superstar they are not worth their current salary will be a difficult task by Liverpool, and I'm not sure if Salah would accept a lower wage offer by Liverpool, especially when he knows if he goes abroad or if he goes to Saudi Arabia, he might even double or triple his wages. The third option for Liverpool is keep him for another season, just do nothing and let him walk out of the door on a free transfer. Salah could still return to an elite level next season. Of course, there will be a tweak to his role in Arne Slot's new system, but Salah has every tool in his arsenal to be very, very effective in front of goal next season, and he could again have a 30 goal a season campaign next season. And even though Salah missed large periods of the season because of the Africa Cup of Nations, because of the injury, he still is Liverpool's top scorer with 24 goals, and Darwin Núñez is the second top scorer with 18 goals. So Salah still has plenty to offer, plenty left in the tank. The big question is, can Liverpool still get the best out of him? I think they can. And what will we do with this contract situation? Let me know if you were in charge of Liverpool, what would you do with Mo Salah's contract situation? And Liverpool have revealed now, Dominic Lynch is reporting this, that Liverpool will not hold an open top bus parade through the city centre unless we somehow miraculously win the Premier League title, which I think we have almost zero chance to win the league title. And it's disappointing, but no Liverpool fan expected to win the Premier League at the start of the season. Liverpool overachieved by even at one point being favourites to win the Premier League title. And Jurgen Klopp said that he didn't want such an event to focus on himself. He didn't want an event just to celebrate Jurgen Klopp. That's the one part this is not so cool, that it could be seen as a farewell. I don't think that makes sense. And yeah, Jurgen Klopp's feelings have aligned with Liverpool. What is really heartbreaking to me is that the only time when Liverpool won the league title in the past like 35 years, or 34 years, sorry, there was no parade because it was COVID and Liverpool couldn't do a parade. There weren't even fans in the stadium when Liverpool won the Premier League title and lifted the Premier League title. And that's heartbreaking because every other season there was trophy parade for the league champions. At least Liverpool got 2 trophy parades under Jurgen Klopp. When we won the Champions League in 2019, that was an absolutely brilliant trophy parade. I watched it on the TV, and in 2022, when straight after the Champions League final, the next day, the Liverpool fans put on such a show that Jurgen Klopp said, without a shadow of a doubt, no club in the world, after they lose the Champions League final the night before, the people arrive here in the shape they are, the mood they are, absolutely outstanding, the Liverpool fans. This is the best club in the world. I don't care what other people think. That's what Jurgen Klopp said at the time, and of course I fully agree with it, because yeah, no other fan base would celebrate Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp like that after losing the Champions League final. But we still won the FA Cup and the League Cup that season, and I think this season has been still overall a successful season. Winning a trophy, qualifying for the top 4, finishing on the podium in 3rd place is a decent season. It's just heartbreaking that Liverpool were so close and we just couldn't get over the line. We couldn't keep the momentum going. But let's hope that next season Liverpool will do better and win maybe more trophies. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.